What's up, your boy for another reaction? In today's video, we have the 2011 Giants literally broke the NFL by Tub Frog. Make sure like, comment, subscribe, and let's get into it.
Okay, so you see this absolute hunk of a man behind me. Well, he, to some, is the greatest quarterback and greatest player in NFL history. But to Eli Manning, he's just a
But them Giants had hard.
plaything. The Giants' win over the undefeated New England Patriots is one of the greatest games in sports history, one of the greatest underdog stories of all time, and from the wildly inconsistent offense to the clutch plays, the crazy
Them niggas just had an amazing defense. You see what an amazing defense could do for you, bro?
plays by the defense, and the helmet
Yep, like defense went, bro. Super Bowls ain't no quarterback stat gang. Like,
catch, all of it came together to produce a perfect upset. But the problem is, that Super Bowl overshadows an even more improbable underdog story by the same team versus the same opponent. The 2011 New York Giants are the worst Super Bowl winner of all time in my mind. Like, it's not even
yeah.
particularly close. You could look at the 1970 Colts, but scaled to era, this team didn't do anything particularly Super Bowl-y, but they still won it. And they beat Thomas again, so I might have to cover his eyes for this video. He's not gonna like this one, but let's just go through this entire magical 2011 Giants season and how the worst Super Bowl winner of all time did it and won it all. So in 2010, Eli Manning had just thrown 25 interceptions in a season. 25! And most people saw him as a talented but deeply frustrating quarterback that just couldn't have any form of consistency one way or the other. And nobody was predicting a Super Bowl run in 2011. And most people thought that they were a below average to average football team at best.
What quarterback remind y'all of Eli Manning? I'm gonna say one, Bryce Young. This nigga Bryce Young could beat the best team in the NFL, but throw for 50 yards against the Jets. He give me Eli Manning vibes.
And there was more, too, because Osi Umenyiora and Justin Tuck, the Giants' two arguably best defensive players, period, would miss the start of the season due to injuries. So, yeah, 2011 did not start off to a great beginning whatsoever. And it looked like their luck was just god-awful, too, because they lost to a Rex Grossman-led Washington team. Rex fucking Grossman hung 30 on them damn near on an injury-battered defense, while Eli was pretty much fucking completely ineffective in the passing game. But he did get his first rushing touchdown since 2008, so that was, you know, at least funny. At least they won their home opener, 28-16 over the Rams, but Eli Manning still had a lot of work to do. And their storyline of this defense being historically shit was beginning to form itself. They let Sam Bradford and the league's worst offense lead.
Bro, Sam Bradford, boy, those some dookie quarterbacks. Rex Grossman, Sam Bradford, boy.
Them to 16 points, which scaled for era is actually not terrible. But there were some bright spots on this defense.
What the hell? The big ass club.
Jason Pierre-Paul was a second-year player, and he was looking amazing, as he had 4.5 sacks through their first 3 games. And at this time, mind you, he hadn't blown off his fucking hand yet. And they also had another player developing on the offensive side of the ball by the name of Victor Cruz. He was a second-year player who hadn't really gotten all that many chances so far, but in a Week 4 game versus the Cardinals, he and Eli Manning had some chemistry, and it was developing fast. Because although Arizona had a 27-17 lead with 5 minutes left on the clock, Eli Manning locked the fuck in, as it took him less than 2 minutes to work the offense down the field and found undrafted tight end Jake Ballard at the back of the end zone, and eventually, the Giants would win the game, with Victor Cruz having about 100 yards on 6 catches. So the Giants then
but this man's best weapon was Victor Cruz, and this nigga had an undrafted tight end. Bro, defense wins championships. Yeah, I don't want to hear nothing about no y'all talking about some like quarterback. Lamar will have a Super Bowl. Josh Allen will have no Super Bowl.
They're doing pretty solid.
Gang, this is a team sport game. Like,
you know,
y'all always want to blame shit on the quarterback, bro. Bitch shit on the quarterback. Even though Josh Allen, they had 4 turnovers against Denver. That is on him. You had no business losing to the Broncos. You know what I'm saying?
To a point of the season where they were 6-2. They just beat the New England Patriots, who last season were one of the best teams in football.
But with Lamar, I'm tired of these Lamar playoff choking narratives.
And even though they did have the Mark Sanchez thing happen to them, but still, this was a great Patriots team, and they won. But then things completely just fell apart. Because right after that Patriots game, they had to play against arguably the best team in football in the San Francisco 49ers. This team was absolutely loaded. Jim Harbaugh had them balling, and yeah.
But 49, how can y'all not win another Super Bowl? But y'all niggas been having dominant teams since the early 2010s. Like, bro.
The Giants just were clearly a step behind this Niners team, as Eli Manning ended up throwing an interception early in the fourth quarter, which set the Niners up for a 2-score lead, and even though they were able to close the gap a bit, Eli's magic ran out, and the Giants left Candlestick Park with a costly L. Then at home versus a bad Eagles team, which was a perfect get-right spot for them, they put up just 10 points.
Bro, this is why niggas don't know if Eli is a Hall of Famer. Bro, look at how weird this man's career is, bro. This nigga would go off against a team and play trash the next game.
Vince Young, the quarterback for the Eagles, threw 3 interceptions, and Philly still fucking won the game. So 2 losses in a row is already rough, but then they had to go down to the Big Easy and play against Drew motherfucking Brees, and he just shredded them. Eli Manning had a solid-ish game, I guess, but it wasn't even remotely close, as Drew Brees had 363 yards and 4 touchdowns. Fucking crazy. And the
But how did these niggas win the Super Bowl, bro?
gauntlet from hell wasn't over yet, because next on their fucking
Green
schedule
Bay?
was the Green Bay Packers. Another
But the Giants been getting hell schedules, boy. Them niggas had a hell schedule last year, gang. And Jackson Dirt still threw for 31 passing touchdowns, bro.
team that was just miles better than them, but they actually fought a little bit better in this game and still fell short though, as Aaron Rodgers had 370 yards and 4 touchdowns. So this Giants defense was just falling apart, and they needed a lifeline. It wasn't coming though. All they were getting was punched in the mouth by elite quarterback, one after the other. But just like that, the Giants at 6-6 remembered their mantra. They need to finish. And they did, kind of. They had a game versus the Dallas Cowboys, which was a must win. And it was another super entertaining game, where Jason Pierre-Paul became at the time the first player to record a sack, a forced fumble, and a blocked field goal in the same game, which proved crucial. And what would be a 3-point win
Jason Pierre-Paul was a dog.
for New York, and Eli had another 400-yard game, which he had been doing versus the Saints and the Packers, but their defense was not holding up. Eli Manning had been a tough-ass motherfucker all year, and honestly, a lot of it wasn't his fault, but this one he came through, and he went 8 for 12 on the Giants' final 2 possessions to retake the lead and win the game. They still weren't totally back, though, as they again dropped 10 points on fucking Washington, who was terrible at the time, and knocked the Giants back down to 500. And now the situation was setting in. 7-7, 2.
Gang, bro, this team was. How did they win the Super Bowl, bro? Will we ever see something like this again? Well, that 2022 Chiefs team, I ain't gonna lie, that nigga Mahomes are one of the GOATs, but this nigga won a Super Bowl with MVS, Marquez Scanlon,
2 weeks left in the NFL season. If they lost a single game, they were fucked. They were not making the playoffs. And it was now time for Eli Manning to enter God mode. I'm telling you, man, there is something dangerous about a team that is in playoff mode before the playoffs even begin. And the defense, which had been the Achilles heel for most of the regular season, ended up coming through when they needed it most, as they played the Jets in Week 16 and tore them apart, and then everything was on the line in Week 17 versus the Cowboys. A winner.
But this nigga Mahomes won the Super Bowl in 2022 with McCole Hartman and Marquez Valdez Scantlin, my nigga, as his wide receivers, bro. That's up there too. But they did have a good defense. They had Lanarius Sneed and Trent McDuffie and Chris Jones and Jalen Watson.
All rematch, and this game was never close. The Giants.
But that Mahomes made McCole Hartman and MVS look good, bro.
Giants
If
defense
yes, ball, their playoffs, them playoffs.
shut
And,
out
and Travis Kelce, Travis Kelce.
Dallas in the first half while Eli was just messing around. He had 346 yards and 3 touchdowns. Victor Cruz claimed a third of those to cap a historic year where he set a franchise record for receiving yards with 1,536. This dude was a nobody the year prior, and he just had a crazy season. What makes this more impressive, too, is that the 2011 Giants' prolific passing attack wasn't a choice. They averaged the fewest rushing yards per game in the entire NFL. Eli had to do all of this himself, and if he didn't pop off and have a perfect game, they were not going to win this one. That's just how crazy 2011 Eli is, and I really think this is the most underrated season of his career, and he deserves so much credit, not only for
How I said underrated, nigga. This is one of his Super Bowl seasons. How I said underrated.
what is to
Like, nigga, this is the nigga won the Super Bowl this year. I don't think it's underrated.
come in the playoffs. I'm sorry, Tom, I didn't mean to say the P word, but for what he did in the regular season too, just super impressive. So by sealing the NFC East, they earned the right to host the Atlanta Falcons in the wild card. So a home playoff game is pretty great, and yeah, man, this was a dominant performance by the Giants. Just absolutely dominant. This was a young Falcons team with a still developing Matt Ryan and a rookie Julio Jones, and they just stepped on them. I mean, this was a Giants defense that was ranked 26th in defense in the regular season. But in this game, they allowed just 2 points. 2 points, man. And they
Their playoffs is different. Playoffs bring niggas alive.
demolished them 24-2 and would move on to the divisional round. But oh no, in the divisional round, guess who was waiting? The Rodgers, Aaron Rodgers. And this man was coming off of the greatest quarterbacking season of all time. 2011 Aaron Rodgers is not real. I've made enough videos screaming about how crazy he was, but this Packers team went 15-1 on the regular season, and they were the Super Bowl favorites. They were expected to absolutely extinguish this little flame that was the 2011 Giants. In Lambeau Field, freezing cold weather, the Giants were fucked. But no, this was a beatdown. And this might be the most unlikely playoff blowout of all time. I mean, they even had a lead right away, basically. A Hakeem Nicks catch-and-run touchdown was crazy, and once things didn't start going well for the Packers, all hell broke loose. Green Bay botched an onside kick. The Giants responded immediately by getting
Yeah, that's another nigga, Aaron Rodgers. He just couldn't win another Super Bowl, bro.
their field
That nigga had some good ass teams. 1 loss teams, 15-1, my nigga. Like, what the fuck?
goal blocked. Then they forced a punt on the next drive, only for Eli Manning to return the favor with a beautifully timed interception. But the Packers just weren't doing anything to capitalize on these mistakes. They had another fumble themselves. It was just a whole lot going on. But really, this chaotic game can be summed up by a 37-yard Hail Mary to Hakeem Nicks at fucking halftime with a 20-10 Giants lead. And the second half was all New York. Eli Manning played a interesting game, I suppose, but Aaron Rodgers was just under duress all game. He was strip sacked by OC on the opening drive of the second
O-line, BJ. That's what it was.
half, setting the tone for what would become a 20-37 defeat for the Green Bay Packers at the hand, nay, at the cock of Eli Manning. I mean, this was just a crazy switch up. Again, this defense was bad all season long. I get they had the injuries, but still, you can't just like pull it together at the end of the season, right? That's not how this works. We've learned from teams like the Eagles last season. If the vibes are off, if the play is off, you can't just pull
Well, this pick is insane, my nigga.
it together in the
Shitty Hurts.
playoffs. But the Giants were
Jalen Dirt.
doing just that. But they still weren't out of the woods yet, because potentially a better team awaited. I believe the Packers were better, but the 2011 Niners were just a bunch of bulldogs. And this was going to be a hellscape for Eli Manning to leave the stadium alive, let alone without 5 concussions. And yeah, this looked like it was going to be a Niners blowout right away, because Vernon Davis had a 73-yard touchdown right away, and the Giants then failed to convert a 4th down on their next drive, and it looked like it was going to get out of hand. But the Niners got a little goofy, because they did a little trick play to wide receiver Kyle Williams. Again, I will say his name because he is important. Kyle Williams got the trick play. Didn't work out, and the Giants were able to just hang around. A field goal actually gave
These niggas they basically went to the Super Bowl off dumbass teams' mistakes. What is y'all doing, bro? Like, what is y'all doing? And they capitalize off it, bro. They capitalize off niggas' mistakes.
York the lead going into.
That's why winning the Super Bowl and going to the Super Bowl is based off luck, my nigga. Like, teams doing dumb shit. Like, nigga, the Rams could have been in the Super Bowl if the damn punter ain't dropped the damn punt and the tight end dropping the pass.
Halftime, and although they weren't able to get anything going in the third quarter, Vernon Davis blew past the Giants DBs once more for a long touchdown, putting the Niners up 14-10 midway through the third quarter and later into the fourth. The Giants really just couldn't do anything, and it wasn't looking great for them. This was in San Francisco. This was an ugly game. Although Eli Manning's sack numbers weren't crazy, he was getting decked on every single play damn near. Aldon Smith, Justin Smith, Patrick Willis, Navarro Bowman. This
Patrick Willis
Niners team was disgusting, and he was just taking these hits. Again, I believe Eli Manning is one of the toughest players in NFL history, and this game is one of the gutsiest performances I've ever seen. And the Giants offense was just getting stuffed. They had no momentum, but then Kyle Williams, the man who fumbled in the first quarter, let the punt scrape his knee, and the Giants had life. God bless Kyle Williams.
Gang, what is you doing? But it be niggas like that. The lights just too bright. Lights are just too bright, bro.
Man, God bless him. This was a crazy overturn. The Giants were able to.
Lights just be too bright for some niggas, boy. You sold these niggas chances. You sold the team.
Score with Mario Manningham and took a lead. The Niners were then able to get a 25-yard field goal to force overtime, and this stalemate was playing a fifth quarter now. So yeah, it was going to be a slow overtime regardless. I mean, both teams punted right away. Apparently, this is a game between two elite defenses, and when the Giants made nothing on their second possession, momentum was back in the Niners' favor as they punted it back to Kyle Williams, who he fumbled again.
But I don't remember this game, bro. What the fuck? Bro.
Third fumble. He fumbled 3 times. The same dude in the same game. That is just an absolute.
Yeah, I want Kyle Williams. Where you at, gang? That nigga probably been hiding. That nigga been there hiding for fucking 2011, boy, for about 10 years, 12 years. The boy hiding.
In a generation type choke. And this set up
Kyle Williams, you don't want to come out and talk about this on the podcast?
a field goal for the Giants to win the game against an incredible 49ers team to punch their ticket to Super Bowl 47. And waiting for them in the Super Bowl would be Thomas. And the narrative around this game was too fucking easy. First of all, again, it was how the hell did the Giants even get here? What do you mean the Packers and the Niners are not playing in the NFC Championship game? Eli Manning is here again? The Giants aren't even very good. And on paper, no, they weren't. But Eli Manning doesn't give a shit about stats. And Tom Brady wanted revenge. And that is one of the most dangerous things ever. A motivated Tom Brady. So, again, people were falling for the bait of last time. The Patriots are just gonna run.
I miss the old NFL gear. Like, look at them jackets. Them niggas got son fanatics ruined this shit. Like,
over the Giants. And, you know,
like, I'm looking at this shit, the jackets, the coaches got on and shit.
What? This time,
the hats.
It made sense, but it was another just weird start to the game because right away the Giants took a 2-0 lead after a safety, and the Giants then went right down the field again after a 5.5-minute drive to find Victor Cruz, who hit his salsa in the end zone, to go up 9-0 on the New England fucking Patriots in the Super Bowl. I mean, what the fuck is happening? What is going on? There is no way this Giants team, which was mediocre for a majority of the season, barely squeaked into the playoffs, and somehow got a great defensive resurgence, is going to beat the Packers, the Niners, and the Patriots. And yeah, then reality kind of started setting in. The Patriots started coming back.
So is this the greatest Super Bowl run ever, gang? Yeah, I get what you're saying now. This might be his book. Eli Manning most underrated. What the fuck? Why nobody talk about this Super Bowl run, my nigga? Niggas be talking about the 2022 Chiefs run. Like, what the fuck?
Brady had a 99-yard drive ending in a Danny Woodhead touchdown, and they ended up taking a
Danny Woodhead, bro. What the
lead after a field goal before that as well.
Oh my gosh, that's a name I hear in a while, man.
Another touchdown from Tom Brady to Aaron Hernandez, his reliable tight end, and you can really just hang up anything up there and he's going to go get it. Ended up getting a 17-9 lead to New England, and the Giants were not doing too good. From here on, the tension was at its highest point. The Giants and Patriots were in another dogfight. The Giants got a few field goals to bring it to within just 2 points, but there was still a lot going on. The Giants and Patriots exchanged punts yet again, and now it was time for Eli Manning to jog out onto the field and make magic happen as he had done in 2007. It was just too crazy. Like, what do you mean this is happening again? This is the same shit that happened just a few seasons prior. And here we go. It was time. And Eli Manning, right away, threw arguably the greatest pass in NFL history to Mario Manningham. He could not have handed him the ball off
Like, he threw that bit, bro. That's in the bucket, boy.
better. And the Giants, in just one singular play, went from in the shadow of their own end zone to fucking midfield. And Patriots fans just felt the dread coming in. Eli Manning was gonna fucking do it again, as it took just 6 plays to get inside the Patriots' 10-yard line. And from there, Ahmad Bradshaw had a decision on whether to fall into the end zone or go down at the 1-yard line. And instead, he said, fuck that shit. I'm scoring a touchdown in the Super Bowl. And the Giants scored a touchdown. They now held a lead with mere seconds left in the Super Bowl versus the New England Patriots again. And now they just needed their defense to come up big one more time. And the defense was able to hold on, as a Hail Mary fell just short, almost had a chance at getting it, but Tom Brady fell short again. And that was it. The 2011 New York Giants were Super Bowl champions. They became the only team to win a Super Bowl after losing 7 games in the regular season at the time, losing 4 consecutive games, and finished with a negative scoring differential, and finished the season last in rushing. They, by all metrics, were not a very good
Damn, what the look at that hug between the coaches.
team, but they managed to catch fire at the right time and won
You bet you don't talk to
the
that
Super
nigga
Bowl.
five.
So this truly was and is, to me, the greatest underdog story of all time. Tom really he didn't like this one, but still, this story has to be told. And it's one of my favorites in NFL and sports history, because it really is just what sports is about. It's just about overcoming adversity and proving that you can do the impossible. And Eli Manning did it not once, but twice. So yeah, this is the story of the luckiest team in NFL history to win.
Yeah, but I better hope Jackson Hurd could do this shit. Bro, I got the Giants. I don't like to give credit to NFC teams. I don't like to give credit to NFC teams. You know, I'm a Saints fan, but the Giants stacked as fuck. I got either them, the Rams, or the Saints winning the Super Bowl. Ain't gonna lie. Going to the Super Bowl or winning it. Ain't gonna lie. Y'all sleeping on my Saints now. I'm telling y'all sleeping on the Saints. Y'all gonna see.